Thank you so much, and again, Jeff, thank you for your commitment. Having Procter & Gamble as a member in the OPC Foundation is an honor for us, right? I'd like to share some, I have to look here, okay. Some news on the OPC Foundation, very quickly, membership, OPC in different initiatives, also nice key messages from the ACHEMA, which I like to transport here over the ocean, and also some news on other areas. First of all, to give you one slide on the OPC Foundation to remind you that the O from OPC Foundation stands for our openness. And this means that we are not only open for new members, but we really live and breathe that once a specification is released, it is public available for everybody in the world free of charge. And also we have open source offerings as sample code on GitHub where everybody can download and participate of. But also there's a huge ecosystem with toolkits and other trainers. And if you go and go with a quick solution with a toolkit, you can even go to the OPC lab without being a paying member of the OPC Foundation. For sure, you have to pay for the test engineer, but you don't have to be a paying member of the OPC Foundation. And last but not least, I'm really proud that we have an IPR policy where members not only protect themselves, we are also protecting integrators and end users. This is not what everybody is offering. Overall, what is the vision? We like to move standardized information independent from domains, independent from infrastructure, operating system, and so on, in a secure way, exchange them across all different layers, from the field to the cloud, even bypassing layers, for horizontal and vertical data information exchange. We are over 900 members now, and you see the number of board members here. Overall, we believe that this is the world's largest ecosystem for industrial interoperability. There's nothing else, there's no larger ecosystem in the world. And we not only have big end users like Procter & Gamble, Volkswagen, Samsung, Foxconn, we also have the who is who of the OT world and the small IT companies like Amazon Web Service, Google, IBM, Microsoft, SAP, and others. So we really bring together the IT and the OT world, and we believe we will continuously growing here. Jeff already had this slide, and so I don't have to repeat it any longer, but I can't stop repeating that OPCA is not a protocol. Instead, it's much more. This is the intent of the slide. It's all about agreeing on standardized information. This is where we partner with other associations and bring domain expert to a table to first agree on the semantic. At this first step, it has nothing to do with OPCA technology. But the OPCA technology, the framework, allows to exchange that standardized information across different protocols in the different layers from sensor to cloud and back. Because there is not the one single protocol fulfilling all requirements on field level on cloud. So you need to address different transport layers. Security is baked in by design. We have been reviewed by multiple governments, and we should not make a public statement further on here. Right, okay. To remind everybody, we are really proud that we have been selected as the core communication backbone in multiple initiatives. It is, first of all, the Open Process Automation Forum, where we are proud partners. Don, I see you here, made a clear statement also. We appreciate all the collaboration with the OPAF group. And for me, it was also really a key meeting when we came together last September, I think, in Berlin, and it was really a spirit where people from different organizations and associations sit together, listen to each other, explaining to each other their expertise, why they believe this is the best way, but mostly they were listening to each other. That was super high level experts coming together. I was just a proud partner and invited everybody for a good dinner. But this is the way we love to cooperate, bringing people together and cooperating. So we are looking forward to continue this collaboration. But we also have been elected as a communication backbone, the channel for the Namur open architecture, what they call the communication diode, which is a one-way communication from the field out to the operational and monitoring area. And so OPCA is the exclusive communication channel there. And last but not least, the MTP solution is also where they separated the modeling layer from the communication layer, and at least status today, OPCA has been selected as the first communication layer, and that makes us proud, obviously. I announced to repeat a statement what ABB, the company ABB, a leader, made at the OPC Foundation press conference during the ACHEMA trade show. And it's 3 pictures. It's a little bit small, but I can navigate you through these 3 pictures. On the left upper picture, you see that you have Profinet as a field bus status today, a super established field bus solution for the cyclic data communication, but you have OPCA on the north port to communicate vertically up into the IT world. But ABB is positioning this that in a intermediate step, OPCA is growing down into devices. They believe there will become a lot of hybrid products running 2 or multiple field bus communication patterns in parallel. So they definitely see that the OPCA-FX technology is growing down into the field. And on their long term, they believe that OPCA is taking over completely as a logical solution the devices. The reason is, if you compare multiple solutions with each other, it is only the OPCA technology being able to do the field communication in future with OPCFX. Peter will talk about that. But OPCA is the only technology scaling up to the cloud, plus having integrated IT security. Yes, we also run safety, and Peter talks about that. At the ACHEMA, we also showcased that being a member of the OPC Foundation is helpfully for, well, getting early insights, but also making best use of the networking inside the OPC Foundation. So for example, here Microsoft helped the company Samsung within half a day installing IT Docker technology, including OPCA, into their devices. And so their devices have been connected on OPCA technology directly to Microsoft Azure Cloud within half a day. It was really a ramp start. And so we could show that easily at the show. In the next block, I like to talk about our cloud initiative before Peter is taking over for the field initiative. And this cloud initiative has multiple topics: cloud library, cloud federation, and edge to cloud. And you see here where all these bubbles are. And I'm talking with the cloud library. This is at the end. I think I have stolen a slide from you, John. But it fits better into this range here. This is a collaboration, what we did with our friends from CESMII. John Dyck will later on a speaker here. The idea of the cloud library is there should be somewhere in the world open, available with IT access, cloud access, the library listing all information models, OPCA information models. So once you order, let's say, a robot, you can directly download the information model from a robot. You can start working on your IT routines, on your dashboards and so on. And when the robot really reach your destination, you are prepared already, and you just connect them, and the robot is obviously fulfilling the information model, which is the international standard. So this is making the work much more efficient, work in parallel, work on a standardized, agreed level. And so this repository is kind of a library where you can navigate. Is there something for a robot? Is there something for a coffee machine? Yes, don't do that, don't start. It's available. And multiple more than 85 information models are available. You can upload new ones, you can search, and so on. There are also big IT companies like Amazon, Google, and Microsoft having been part of that group and that initiative, and we are really proud that we cooperated with CESMII here in this kind of joint working group. The Industrial Cloud Federation has a different topic. It is really use case driven from manufacturer point of view, because obviously every supplier is delivering components to a factory floor, and every supplier wants to have data back to learn on his own product, to optimize the product. But this is not what normally the manufacturer wants. He wants to control data, and first he wants to have all data in his own cloud system. On the right side, you see the scenario where all data from the factory plant goes first to the manufacturer cloud, and then there is an agreement on which kind of data are forwarded to other supplier clouds. And obviously, we are dealing with the same challenge on how do different systems connect with each other. In this case, cloud systems, how do they communicate to each other? If we have standardized information on the shop floor, why should we create new information models on the cloud, instead reuse existing standardized information? So how can we forward just the cloud, the messages bubbling up from the field via OPCUA over MQTT and just forward them? And this is a result where they made proposals, and this working group has sent a request to the OPCUA core team, to the architecture team, saying, hey, we need this functionality, please bring that into the core mechanism so we all can benefit from this. This is where you can see how new groups and collaboration groups are influencing the OPCUA technology and make it richer and support more use cases. Talking about how does information bubble up from machines, and this is really the situation what I hear a lot today. Also, by the way, here on this conference, MQTT is the solution, and hey, Stefan, what is the benefit of OPCUA compared to MQTT? And I have to take first a deep breath and then start my explanation. Hey, we love MQTT, but MQTT is just a transport channel. It does not provide you interoperability. Even if everybody is talking MQTT, this means nothing. Again, we love MQTT and we use it, but here this picture says if two controller companies are pushing data, even the same values and the same variable names via MQTT, this does not mean you have interoperability, because the schema itself, the binding, the JSON binding might be a little bit different. And so the receiver always need to do some formatting and write some import routines. This is not efficient. Instead, we believe it should be OPCUA over MQTT, and this has been confirmed to be supported by all major cloud vendors. This made us super proud, and here on the right side, you see the press release which has been published in February last year, where all major IT companies committed to support OPCUA over MQTT. The spec of the OPC Foundation has been published in February 2018 already. So it's long time available. Nobody can say I was not aware of that. And it's more than just pushing data in a JSON format. We also can push data in a binary format, because we thought a little bit broader what are the use cases and how to secure messages and encrypt a message to be also super secure inside a broker and from the broker to the receiver. So we believe that having large experts in the room, a large number of experts in the room exactly helps to cover all kinds of use cases and then make a concept out of that. At that year, 2021, we only had 2 OT companies pushing OPC over MQTT directly out of the controller. At that time, to Microsoft Azure. Here it is Beckhoff and Siemens. But just a year later, we have been super excited that also Amazon Web Service made a live showcase at the SPS show in November with their own partner pod at the Amazon Web Service booth, showing they are able to receive OPC over MQTT messages. And we have been second super excited that meanwhile the number of supporting companies grow up to 25, including all major automation companies. You see logos here from Beckhoff, Siemens, Phoenix Contact, Vago, and multiple more. And this list will grow dramatically more and more. So we have a test bed already, which is running 365 days. If you like to participate in that test bed, to push your information, OPC over MQTT, into that system, being displayed on 2 different dashboards, on Microsoft Azure and on Amazon Web Service, please contact us, and we like to integrate you into that test bed. And second, you also see this demo wall at the OPC Foundation booth here. If you leave this door, just turn right 2 meters and you see the demo, and we can give you live demonstrations. But again, what we are super excited, we have one solution, one ISC standard, which allows multi-cloud solutions without being running in a vendor lock-in for specific clouds. You do not have to add different routines on different clouds. I'm not repeating this again, but you received the slides anyway, but again, be careful, MQTT is not MQTT, and MQTT is not interoperability. That's a short message. It's a transport pipe. You have to define the content inside. And the rest is exactly what I talked about. Okay, with this, I think I'm allowed to hand over. And I hand over to you, Peter, for the field.